When I went, like my mom was saying, like nobody was jacking LSU because Kim Mulkey had just went into the SEC, right? Mm-hmm. And so like everybody was like,
they didn't have anybody. They were still building. Yeah. So, you know, Flau'Jae, that's what I love about her too. Like, she don't care. Like, she don't want to go stack up where somebody else at. She want to build her own.
Yeah, I was like, let's go build. You know what I'm saying? And then like, I came and then coach just started grabbing all the pieces. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because my thing was, I just want to go play under a Hall of Fame coach. Like, I want to see how much she could change me as a player and grow me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened. But like, as far as bringing the visions to life, I think that like, me, I write everything down and I tell my mama and she like, okay, how we make this realistic? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the steps to take it to? And I'm like, I want to do it right now. Like, let's do it right now. And she like, it don't work like that. But I'm like, I got these big dreams. Like, we got to do this now. You know what I'm saying? So she know how to connect the dots. And now that we're going like up level, she has these relationships now to where she could just like press a button and we can make it happen. Yeah. But before, like, it just took a lot of us grinding it out because a lot of people didn't believe or see the vision.
What? I remember hitting all of them in the inbox. Now they hitting me.
That was more. How about that? How about this is interesting because when she starts playing as a young athlete, NIL doesn't exist.
Right.
Right. So when you're looking at the salaries, you know the salaries, and she kind of doesn't because it's just looking like, hey, it's basketball. They must be getting paid the same. Yeah. You realize that they're not. And so you start building the brand early. I wonder what it felt like as a momager when NIL actually happens and you already have like this vision for Brandon. What's your thoughts?
So when she told me she wanted to rap, I'm a supporter mom. Yeah. But at first I'm like, nobody want to hear this little girl rapping. Like, just thinking about her puberty, voice, all that. Yeah. I was like, let me put her on TV so people can remember her face. That helped. Because not everybody, they still connected. But it's just the girl from the show. So all of it is just like coming how I wanted it. But anyway, when NIL hit, I was like, Flau'Jae's story was already written by God. He just put me in the steps to help. He know I'm a go-getter. He know I'm that Capricorn. I'm going to make it happen. So he made me Flau'Jae's mom to go and push all the buttons and do what I need to do to get her to the next step. Just so happened, NIL fell 1 year before Flau'Jae was to go to college. Wow. That was the first year that brands was just saying, let me see if we want to tap into this. So they had a trial run the first year. Flau'Jae wasn't there. The next year, Flau'Jae came in and it been popping. Like, brands was like, oh, this is working. So you know me, you don't really know me, but those who do know me, I'm just like, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to figure it out. Like, I'm going to see how I could tap in. So I dealt with a few brands first, see what they was talking about. I went and locked in a Puma deal. I wanted a shoe deal first. I don't want a bunch of deals. People want 20, 30 deals. Who want all them deals? That means you ain't getting no real money. Yeah. Who want to deal with all them deals and she go to college and try to play a sport and got all these deliverables you got to do, posting and all this? Nah, I want the big deals. So I knew I wanted her to be the first with a shoe deal.
Hold up, though. I got that shoe deal in high school, though.
Yeah.
Before I stepped foot on the court.
Wow. You was the first female athlete with a shoe deal?
Yes.
For NIL?
In high school. And what she got on her shoe deal, like, she made history with it.
Can we talk about it?
We can't go into it, but we killed that deal.
I can see.
And the thing about that deal, we had every shoe deal on the table.
Did you?
We had every brand hit us.
We did.
Every deal.
What made you go with Puma instead of some of the other brands?
Man, Puma for me was a harder decision because it was like, man, we knew I couldn't wear it on the court. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like,
yeah.
If I could wear it on the court, man, I could milk them real bad. I couldn't. So it was more like, just do something different. You know what I'm saying? Do something different and try to change the game. Because what if, like, now that I got a Puma deal, but people know I play at a Nike school, can one day I change the game to where now kids can wear Pumas on the court? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, or after I graduate, can I change something, you know what I'm saying, to make it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we doing NIL, we reaping the benefits, you know what I'm saying? So
how you going to put a cap on the most lucrative deal? The most lucrative deal a kid can get is a shoe deal.
For sure.
So how you going to put a cap on that by not letting them play in?
Well, I'm sorry. So let's get into this then, because I watched the Michael Jordan documentary and they talked about when the Dream Team was in Barcelona and they won, obviously, and Reebok sponsored the whole Olympics for the United States. Of course, Michael Jordan with Nike. So it was a big deal that he didn't want to wear the Reebok. I think he ended up covering it up.
Put the flag over it.
Put the flag over it, intentionally to cover it up. We also, when we were in Kentucky, and we met with
Darryl Griffin?
Darryl Griffin.
Dr. Dunk.
So he was telling us that in the 80s, he didn't want to wear Nike?
No. He wanted to wear Nike.
And they had Converse?
Everybody was wearing Converse at the time.
Danny Crump.
Yeah.
And then he told the coach, like, look, I'm going to wear Nike. I'm the best player on the team. You can't stop me. And he wore Nike. Wow. So it's like...
It's 1983.
It's interesting because, you guys
40 years.
Have a Nike deal with the school.
Yeah.
You don't get paid for that.
Right.
But the company that you're getting paid for, you can't wear it. So what's your thoughts on that?
Well, like, all love to Nike or whatever. But like, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm Puma fam and like, I feel like it should be changed in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if I'm wearing Puma shoes on the court, but I just put it in the LSU colors, I feel like that should be fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like, it's changing now. Like, I ain't signed to Nike. The school signed Nike, but I'm not. I'm a Puma athlete. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I respect LSU so much and I respect Coach Moki so much that I wasn't even like, I'm going to fight this and I'm going, you know what I'm saying? Because I did a video in the locker room, in my locker room, like, and it went viral. I had 1 million views. Like, I was tying up my Pumas in the locker room and I just started rapping through it. And they were like, I said a line in it. I was like, I got a Puma deal. I don't get into J's. And they called and Nike was like, you got to take that down because, we're
Well,
not,
Nike didn't call us because they couldn't call us.
They didn't call us.
So let's say it right. They called the school.
They called the school. And it's like, you got to take this down. And I'm mad. I'm like, bro, I'm just rapping. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not on the court. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, you in the locker room. So I understood that. But I was still like, man, like.
Yeah. It was her artistry.
Yeah, it was my music.
Flau'Jae's two different people. That's the thing that bothered us. Yeah. She's a rapper and she's a basketball player. Contract says anytime she's dealing anything with the team, she has to wear Nike, of course. Anytime she's playing, she has to wear Nike. But that was her downtime, and that's her school. So those are things she want to do to make her brand grow, which is NIL.
Did you take it down?
So
they told me to take it down.
With the school, we took it down because LSU said take it down.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was just because $10 million go to LSU a year or something like that for sports. So we get that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But this is Flau'Jae's body. Yeah. Flau'Jae just had to find other ways to be creative. The locker room is sponsored by Nike. So they felt some type of way, which wasn't really a big deal. But they didn't know how big of a deal Flau'Jae is when her videos are having millions and millions of views. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the real thing was the line. It wasn't that.
Yeah, it was.
She did the video. It was the line.
The J's?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a tough line.
Yeah, I thought it was a double. I thought it was a double entendre because you said J's, right? But on a athletic standpoint, you got the Puma deal. But there was a guy by the name of Jay-Z who was the head of sports and basketball over at Puma. And so, how does that work with you now with Roc Nation, right? Because there's some synergy there, no?
No, not really. When Puma actually came to me about the deal, you know how they do like these presentations? They were just showing me how like Jay-Z was, you know what I'm saying, the director over there. I was like, this is dope. Like, full circle right here. You know what I'm saying? Roc Nation, Jay-Z, Puma, I'm set. You know what I mean? So, it was cool. It's really cool because I'm not like with Roc Nation on the sports side. I'm not signed to Roc Nation Sports or nothing like that. My mom do everything. Like, I'm signed to TFNA. So, it wasn't nothing like that because I'm not signed to them. And I have a distribution deal with them. Like, I'm not signed to Roc Nation. I'm signed to EQ under Roc Nation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. So Mal, just a follow. So a lot of brands are coming to you. So you already, Puma was you said you want to look at the big deals. How do you decide which brands will match Flau'Jae's unique talents?
Well, we all about the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you supporting the culture, Flau'Jae's lyrics, things that she speak on, things that she live on a daily, that's what, draws us to brands. We want a family. We don't want to feel like it's just a transaction.
My graduates from my school being Forbes, bag drop.
Bag drop.
A mic drop, bag drop.
Bag drop.